Question number two, we'll get right to it. In this position, you would get the opportunity to advocate or create. An example from just a week ago, Attorney General Ferguson launched a youth helpline here in the state of Washington. So looking ahead, what do you think will be the three most important issues that the AG's office will be addressing just during the next year? Mr. Brown, we'll start with you on this one.
Well, I think that's the best question here tonight about what are we going to prioritize moving forward. And I think AG Ferguson has set a standard and a legacy for each of us to build upon moving forward. And there are things I would like to continue. But from my vantage point, no matter where I travel in this state, what I hear from people are some common themes. They are very concerned about public safety issues. How do we deal with firearm violence, the fentanyl crisis? How do we keep people safe from discrimination in their homes, their jobs, and communities? That is going to be a principal priority of my office moving forward. We are all concerned about defending our democracy and our liberties. And I am very concerned about how those are being attacked now at the state and national level. And certainly with the prospect of a second Trump administration, we have to have an attorney general who's ready to stand up and defend the liberties here. That includes our voting rights, abortion access, protecting our environment. And I will always be an attorney general who advocates for the people that don't have a voice, that are often left out of these conversations, and working to defend their liberties and advocate for the people struggling to get by will be a big focus of the office.
Mr. Brown, thank you very much. Ms. Dhingra, three most important issues over the next year.
Thank you. You know, I will say it will depend on what happens in November. If there is a Trump administration, then we have to do everything we can to protect Washingtonians, making sure we're protecting reproductive rights, LGBTQI rights, that we are focused on consumer protection, that we are focused on data privacy. Those are all the laws that I have worked on as a state senator. I have written and passed those laws, and those are the laws that the Attorney General's office will be in charge of enforcing. So I will be ready to go on day one. Assuming Trump doesn't win, I'll mention three top priorities. Consumer protection is very important to me. The manner in which all of us, especially our elderly, are targeted for fraud is becoming more and more sophisticated. We need laws to keep up with technology, and we have to make sure the AG's office is going out and educating people on their rights. We have to make sure we're protecting our environment, making sure we have clean water, clean air, and I have to say access to health care is critical. No matter where you live in the state of Washington, everyone should have access to health care from the top of their heads down to their toes.
Thank you very much. Mr. Serrano.
Thank you. The three primary focuses will be safety, transparency, and making sure that we protect the people of Washington and your rights, regardless of who's in office, whether it's in DC or in Olympia, regardless of whether I agree with that individual or those individuals, regardless who's in the majority passing laws. Safety, as Mr. Brown mentioned, we've got the fentanyl crisis. That needs to be prosecuted. We need the ability to have the tools of an attorney general who's hyper-focused with local prosecutors, with local sheriffs, with local police departments. As the mayor of Pasco, for anyone who's come here from across the river, you know that we are consistently one of the safest cities in Washington. For the 6 years I've been on city council, I've made that a high priority. I'm currently the mayor of that city, and I want to make sure that my city remains safe. Now, I do that presently in that seat. I'll do it as attorney general and make sure that you're safe down here. As far as transparency, we need an attorney general who's open and honest with the people. We're not currently seeing that in the administration, and I'll work to rectify that. And then lastly, focusing on your rights, regardless of who's in the other offices.
TVW proudly brings you coverage of the people, places, and issues that you care about. Check out the rest of this video by clicking the link in the description, and make sure to visit tvw.org to stay connected to your government.